Psalm 133. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
Then Jesus came to them and said, All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
A lot of people believe that. Now, I understand that there are families and individuals who have been affected by COVID, right? But it's being politicized. I mean, we had H1N1, we had the swine flu, we had, a lot of AIDS, right? A lot of these epidemics that were real, but
we still got HIV.
It's being used to introduce policies, right? They just signed the peace agreement in Israel, right? Between Israel, Bill.
Think about this now. You were talking about HIV. Almost 40 million people worldwide live with HIV. When was the last time the world was shut down because of HIV? You've got a virus with a death rate of 0.04%. That means you have an almost 100% chance of surviving if you get it. A 99.96% chance of surviving. So, I mean, there is something much more at play here. And then the virus is just being used, to piggyback off of.
Right. It's a tool. Again, George Floyd, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, right? When you start peeling back the onion, the layers of the onion, you understand that these principles that the organization Black Lives Matter, represents or supposedly represents, these are not principles that the Black community are in really support of. I've lost family members over it, right? Well, you can't lose family. We've had public disputes over Facebook, right? Because how can I, an individual from the hood, right, not support Black Lives Matter? Well, if you, again, do your homework, you understand that Black Lives Matter, their whole agenda is to move forward the LGBT.
Yeah, do away with the family structure. It's founded by 3 lesbians.
They're trying to, again, gentlemen, I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know if this is the first time you heard
it. You got a great question on there when it comes to the BLM, and it's like, what do they stand for?
The All Lives Matter thing, you believe in that?
No, I think it's not that all life matters. I don't believe on the meaning of all life matter, blue life matter, brown life matter. I mean, I think the whole thing is I don't want to be utilized I don't want to be described in a group that's going to be utilized for other purposes.
Hey Jimbo, let me jump on it. Can I jump on here, Mendez?
Yes, sir.
That actually was meant for Bush.
Oh, you know what? Okay, thank you. I go for Mendez.
Meant for you.
Mendez, we appreciate your guy giving perspectives.
No, I'm just saying.
You're gonna get Bush talking now. See?
No, I want to know, Bush, do you believe in that the All Lives Matter thing? Do you think do you go with that?
I'm going to tell you where the disdain comes in, Mark, right? Now, I'm a Black man that grew up in the Bronx, New York. I think if I scream all lives matter, right? It's more received, it's better received by people, right? But if a white man says it, right? He's from a distance, it looks like this dude is straight racist, right? Because you don't really understand what he's saying until you get up close. And I've
always noticed that if a black man, if you're a black man, you scream all lives matter. I've always noticed that people look at you funny.
You know what? This is true, right? But imagine if you're a white man and say that. They say you racist right off the bat.
I'll tell you why. From my perspective, I don't. When I hear white people say that, and I don't try to brush everybody. But did all lives matter before? Was it Garner? Did it matter with Samir Rice? Did it matter? Because this is the thing. George Floyd. Everybody's stuck on George Floyd, but they don't understand that George Floyd is That's like a woman that keeps getting beat by her husband and beat and beat and beat and beat and beat. And then all of a sudden, then one day she wakes up and she says, I'm not going to get beat anymore.
Oh, let me say this. I need us to look deeper, right? I want to sort of look deeper right now. Let's peel back the onion and look again at what happened. We were in the midst of COVID-19, a pandemic. It was changing the way we lived, the new normal, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
It changed the way we live. And then all of a sudden, in the mainstream media, George Floyd is the main center of attention, and riots are happening. Is that a coincidence? I'm gonna
tell you this. This thing right here, this is the reason why the riots started happening. Without this right here, right, we wouldn't even know what George Floyd was. If this thing existed in the 60s, okay, and people actually were able to see what was really happening to black people, you know, we have like I call it the PG-13 footage when they actually got the water hoses hitting the old ladies and stuff like that. But could you imagine what one of these cameras would do, right, during that time when white men were, to me, on par